Bamboo may look simple, but it carries great wisdom. It grows quietly, often unnoticed, yet it is one of the strongest plants in nature. In Japan, we see bamboo as a symbol of the spiritual path. It teaches us how to live with strength and grace. When you see a bamboo grove, you notice how each stalk stands tall, yet moves gently with the wind. It does not resist. It flows. It bends, but it does not break. In life, we face many winds, changes, losses, worries. If we stay rigid, we may fall. But if we learn to bend, like the bamboo, we can survive even the hardest storms. At the same time, bamboo is deeply rooted in the earth. It does not float away. This balance between flexibility and groundedness is the key. To live well, we must learn how to stay rooted in what matters, and yet flexible with the rest. Our roots may be our values, our practice, or simply kindness toward others. When we stay connected to those, we stay strong. People often search for answers in books or faraway places, but sometimes the answers are growing just outside our window. Nature is always speaking. Bamboo speaks in silence. It shows us how to live without forcing, how to grow without rushing, and how to be strong without being hard. In this talk, we will walk along the path of the bamboo. We will learn not just to admire it, but to live like it, calm, quiet, and strong. Not as an idea, but as a way of being. Let us begin. Bamboo grows best in soft soil, not hard rock. At first, this may seem strange. How can something strong come from something soft? But this is one of bamboo's quiet teachings. Strength does not always begin in hardness. It can begin in softness, in openness. In our lives, we often try to be strong by closing ourselves off. We tighten our thoughts, our hearts, even our bodies. We believe that if we are hard, nothing can hurt us. But like a tree planted in stone, we cannot grow that way. There is no room for our roots. Bamboo roots spread wide beneath the ground. Even before you see the stalk, the roots have done their work. They reach out, silently, forming a network that supports everything above. When the wind comes, the bamboo does not fall, because the roots are deep and connected. In the same way, we need to grow strong roots in our lives. These roots are not things people can see. They are quiet moments of reflection, honest conversations, a peaceful heart after a difficult day. These are the soft soil we need. When our inner life is open and gentle, we create space for our roots. It is not weakness to be soft. It is a kind of wisdom. The softness of the earth allows the bamboo to move and stay alive. If the soil was hard, the roots would die. In life, being too hard can stop us from truly living. So we learn from the bamboo. Find your roots and let them grow wide. Let them grow deep. Let them grow in the soft soil of a kind and open heart. That is where real strength begins. When strong winds blow through a bamboo forest, the stalks do not fight the wind. They do not stand stiff. Instead, they bend. They move with the wind, not against it. And when the wind passes, they return to standing tall. This is one of the greatest lessons bamboo offers us. Many people believe that being strong means never bending, never showing emotion, never changing. But when life becomes difficult, this kind of strength often breaks. Loss, illness, or sudden change can push too hard against something that refuses to move. Like a dry branch, it snaps. Bamboo shows us a different way. It shows us that real strength is not stubborn, it is flexible. When we bend, we do not give up. We adapt. We remain ourselves, but we shift with what life brings us. We adjust, and in doing so, we survive, and even grow. To bend without breaking means we allow space for change. We do not hold too tightly to our ideas, our plans, or our image of how life should be. Of course, this is not always easy. Sometimes we feel fear when things move beyond our control, but if we trust that we can return, like the bamboo does, then we can meet life with more ease. Think of a time in your life when you had to change. Perhaps you moved to a new place, lost something important, or faced uncertainty. If you were able to bend in that moment, even just a little, then you learned the lesson of the bamboo. Let the wind come, let it move you, and then, like the bamboo, return, calm, steady, and still rooted. Bamboo does not grow in the same way all year. There are seasons when it stretches quickly, and seasons when it seems still. But even in those quiet times, something is always happening. Growth continues, even if we cannot see it. In life, we also move through seasons. There are times of energy and excitement. We feel open, strong, ready to move forward. And there are other times, slow, uncertain, or even painful. In those times, it may feel like we are not growing at all. But just like bamboo, we grow in hidden ways. Sometimes, people feel pressure to always be improving, always doing more. If we are not moving fast, we think we are falling behind. But nature does not rush. It follows its own rhythm. Bamboo shows us that rest, stillness, and even struggle can be part of growth. A cold winter is not the end for bamboo. It is simply one part of the cycle. The roots stay alive, deep in the earth. When spring returns, the bamboo is ready. It rises again, taller than before. This is true for us as well. Times of sadness or difficulty may prepare us for something new. We may not see it at first, but the inner work is taking place. It is important to trust our seasons. We don't need to force progress. We only need to stay connected to our roots, stay open to the present moment, and allow ourselves to grow in the way life offers us. Some seasons bring flowers, some bring rain. All are needed. Bamboo grows tall because it honors each season. Let us learn to do the same. Whatever season you are in now, it is enough. You are growing. When a strong storm passes through a bamboo grove, the sound of wind fills the air. The bamboo moves and sways, sometimes wildly. But if you look closely at the base of the stalks, you may notice something important. The bottom part, near the roots, stays calm. It is steady, even while everything above is shaking. This is another quiet lesson from the bamboo. Life brings storms, unexpected changes, conflict, fear, or pain. These moments shake us. We may feel confused or lost, but deep inside, there is a place that can stay still. Like the base of the bamboo, it does not move, even in the wind. Many people try to avoid life's storms. They search for perfect peace, perfect control. But storms are part of life. We cannot stop them. What we can do is learn to find a quiet center within ourselves, a place that stays steady even when everything else moves. Stillness is not the same as silence. It is not about escaping the world. It is about meeting the world with calm. It is the ability to stay grounded, not react too quickly, and not be pulled in every direction. This stillness gives us clarity. It helps us make wise choices, not rushed ones. When the bamboo storm ends, the grove becomes quiet again. The stalks return to their upright place. Nothing is broken. They are still there, alive and growing. We can be like that too. Even when the storm shakes us, we can return. We can stand again. So when your life feels like a storm, remember the bamboo. Let yourself move, but also remember your roots. There is a stillness in you that cannot be touched by the wind. Bamboo is simple. It grows straight. Its leaves are small. It does not have bright flowers or thick branches. And yet, it is beautiful. Its beauty comes not from doing more, but from being exactly what it is. In today's world, many people feel pressure to make their lives bigger, faster, and more complicated. We fill our days with tasks, screens, and noise. We think that a busy life is a successful life, but often we lose something important in all the noise: peace. The bamboo reminds us that there is strength in simplicity. It does not try to be more than it is. It does not compare itself to the trees around it. It simply grows, and that is enough. To choose simplicity does not mean we must give up everything. It means we focus on what truly matters. We keep our hearts and minds clear. When we live simply, we can see more clearly. We can listen more deeply. We can enjoy small things: sunlight, wind, quiet moments. A complex life may look impressive, but a simple life often feels more free. When we let go of too many desires, we find space. Space to breathe. Space to grow. Space to be ourselves without pretending. Look at the way bamboo grows. It does not rush, but it grows tall. It does not shine, but it stands out. It teaches us that we don't have to be loud to be strong. We don't have to be full to be complete. Let us remember that a simple life is not empty. It is full of meaning. Like bamboo, we can live with quiet beauty. Enough, just as we are. Bamboo does not choose where it grows. Sometimes it grows by the river, sometimes in a quiet forest, and sometimes on a rocky hill. No matter the place, it finds a way to live. It bends toward the light. It adjusts to the soil. It adapts to what is. Many of us spend a lot of energy wishing life were different. We want better conditions, fewer problems, or a smoother path. But often, life does not follow our plans. Challenges come. Changes happen. And in those moments, we can feel helpless or stuck. But the bamboo teaches us another way. It accepts the place where it grows. It does not fight it. It works with it. Even in poor soil or harsh weather, bamboo finds a way to rise. Not by force, but by adjusting wisely. We too can learn to adapt, not by giving up, but by working with what we have. Maybe your job is not perfect, or your health has changed, or someone you love has moved away. These are hard things, but if we stay present and open, we may find a new path, a new way forward. Adapting does not mean we lose who we are. It means we respond with care instead of resistance. We stay flexible, like bamboo, but rooted in our values. In this way, we remain strong, even in difficulty. Life is always changing. Nothing stays the same forever. If we expect the world to match our desires, we will suffer. But if we learn to meet life as it is, we can find peace, even in uncertainty. Let the bamboo remind you, you do not need perfect conditions to grow. You only need the willingness to adjust and the courage to begin again. If you cut a piece of bamboo and look inside, you will find that it is hollow, empty. This emptiness is not a weakness. It is part of its strength. It makes the bamboo light, flexible, and able to move with the wind. Without this empty space, it would be heavy and stiff. In our lives, we often try to fill every moment. We fill our time with tasks, our minds with thoughts, and our hearts with expectations. But sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do is to leave space, to allow some emptiness. Emptiness is not the same as nothingness. It is not a hole, but a space that holds possibility. When we are too full of plans, of opinions, of noise, we cannot listen. We cannot notice the quiet things. We miss the gentle truth that often lives in silence. Bamboo reminds us that space can be beautiful. The hollow inside does not make it less. It makes it more alive, more able to move, more able to grow. In the same way, when we let go of what we do not need, we create room for peace, for clarity, for new beginnings. Sometimes we are afraid of emptiness. We think it means something is missing. But the bamboo shows us space is part of the design. We don't always have to fill the silence. We don't always have to know the answer. We can simply be open, clear, and strong. Let us try to carry a little more space inside ourselves, not empty in a sad way, but in a wise way. Like bamboo, we can hold life lightly, and in doing so, become more free. Bamboo grows tall, sometimes higher than many trees around it, but even as it rises, it never shows pride. Its tall stalks gently bow near the top, especially when they are full. The taller and stronger the bamboo becomes, the more it bends downward. This is its quiet expression of humility. In life, people often think that success means standing above others. They want to be seen, praised, or admired. But true strength is not loud. It does not need to show off. Just like the bamboo, the strongest people are often the most humble. Humility does not mean thinking less of yourself. It means knowing your place in the world, connected to others, not above them. It means listening more than speaking, learning instead of always teaching, and helping without needing credit. When bamboo grows, it does not push others down. It grows beside them. In a grove, many stalks grow together, sharing sunlight, space, and strength. None of them tries to be the tallest. They simply grow side by side. This is another lesson for us. We can stand tall with pride in who we are and what we do, but we can also bow our heads with respect for others, for the world, and for the mystery of life itself. The bamboo shows us that the two are not opposites. They belong together. Let your life be like the bamboo. Rise when you can, grow when it's time, and when you become strong, do not forget to bow. Not because you are small, but because you are wise. True greatness comes with quiet humility, and in that humility we find peace. Bamboo holds onto the earth with strong roots, but it also lets go of its leaves when the season changes. It knows what to keep and what to release. This balance is one of its deepest teachings, to know when to hold on and when to let go. In our lives, we carry many things: memories, beliefs, roles, even pain. Some of these are part of who we are. They keep us steady and give us meaning, but others weigh us down. We hold on out of fear or habit, even when it no longer serves us. Bamboo teaches us that letting go is not the same as losing. When it drops its leaves, it is not weaker. In fact, it becomes lighter, more ready for new growth. In the same way, we can let go of old worries, past mistakes, or heavy expectations. We do not need to carry everything forever. At the same time, bamboo never lets go of its roots. It stays connected to the ground, even as it grows upward and outward. We too must know our roots, what truly matters to us. These are the things we hold on to: kindness, honesty, connection, and care. The challenge is to know the difference. What should we keep? What can we release? There is no perfect answer, but if we listen carefully, life often tells us. We feel it in our hearts when something is time to stay or time to go. So let the bamboo be your guide. Stay rooted in what is true. Let go of what you no longer need. With each release, you make space. And in that space, something new can grow. Light, fresh, and full of life. If you walk through a bamboo grove, you may notice something special. It doesn't call for your attention. It doesn't try to impress. But if you stand still, you begin to feel its presence. Calm, steady, alive. This is the quiet strength of bamboo. Many people think strength must look powerful or loud. We see images of strong leaders, bold voices, and big actions. But there is another kind of strength, one that is quiet, gentle, and deep. It does not need to be seen to be real. It simply is. Bamboo does not compete. It does not push. Yet it grows fast and survives storms. It has no armor, but it endures. This is the kind of strength that lives inside us too. We may not always show it on the outside, but it is there, in our ability to keep going, to stay kind in hard times, to stand back up after falling. Quiet strength is not weakness. It is the courage to face life as it is, without needing to control everything. It is the patience to wait, the calm to listen, the trust to continue even when the path is unclear. Sometimes we doubt ourselves because we don't feel loud or bold. But bamboo reminds us that quiet is not empty. Stillness is not lazy. True strength often moves in silence, without needing praise. Take a moment to feel your own strength, not the one that others see, but the one that carries you every day. The strength to care, to grow, to be gentle in a hard world. Like bamboo, you don't need to shout to be strong. Just stand as you are. Let your quiet strength speak for you. That is more than enough. Bamboo is not the only teacher in the forest. All of nature holds lessons, if we are willing to notice them. Trees, rivers, clouds, stones, each has something to show us. But bamboo, in its quiet way, reminds us to look more closely and to learn without words. In modern life, many of us spend more time with screens than with soil. We scroll, we type, we watch. And while technology connects us, it can also pull us away from the natural world. We begin to forget the slow rhythm of seasons, the soft sound of leaves, the way light changes in the afternoon. Nature teaches through presence. It does not rush. It does not explain. It simply is. When we step outside, even for a short walk, we begin to feel something shift inside us. Our breath slows. Our thoughts soften. We return to something we forgot we were part of. Bamboo grows close to the earth, always in touch with its surroundings. It listens to the rain, responds to the sun, and bends with the wind. It does not resist the world, it lives with it. In this way, it teaches us to live in harmony, not in struggle. You don't need to travel far to find this kind of wisdom. A small garden, a tree in the park, even the sky from your window can become your teacher. All you have to do is slow down and notice. Let nature remind you of what matters. Simplicity, change, connection, patience. Life is always speaking, even in silence. The bamboo stands quietly, not needing attention. Yet it teaches more than many words ever could. Let us listen, and remember, we are not separate from nature. We are part of it. Bamboo does not grow wild in every direction. Its growth follows a quiet order, strong, straight, and steady. It does not force itself, but it also does not drift aimlessly. This balance of freedom and form is a kind of discipline, but not the harsh kind. It is gentle, like the bamboo itself. Many people think of discipline as something strict or painful. They imagine hard rules and self-punishment. But real discipline is not about control. It is about care. It is the choice to return again and again to what matters, even when it is not easy. Bamboo grows little by little, day by day. It doesn't skip steps. It doesn't rush. And yet, over time, it becomes tall and strong. In our lives, gentle discipline is like this. It is waking up and making space for what supports us. Calm moments, honest actions, thoughtful choices. Sometimes we wait for motivation before we act. But motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. And when that discipline is gentle, not forced, it becomes a path we can walk with peace. Like bamboo, we grow steadily, not perfectly. This kind of living brings quiet power. We do not need to impress others. We simply show up, again and again, with kindness toward ourselves and others. We choose to grow in a way that feels honest, not rushed. Gentle discipline is like watering the roots. We may not see fast results, but over time, something strong and meaningful rises. Bamboo teaches us this truth. Let your life take shape slowly, with care. Stay true to your path, but be kind to yourself on the journey. Like bamboo, you can be both soft and steady, and that is more than enough. A life shaped like bamboo is not about being perfect. It is about being real. It is about growing with purpose, but also with softness. It is standing tall, but also knowing when to bend. It is having deep roots, yet staying open to change. Bamboo has no pride, no rush, no need to compete, and still, it becomes something strong, beautiful, and lasting. In this series of reflections, we have walked beside the bamboo, learning from its stillness, its strength, and its silent wisdom. These are not ideas to remember once, but seeds to carry with you. Wherever you are in life right now, whether in a season of calm or a season of storms, you can return to these lessons. You can pause, breathe, and grow. Not in someone else's way, but in your own way. Quietly, honestly, gently. If something in these words has touched your heart, I am deeply thankful. For those who have supported this channel with your likes, your thoughtful comments, and your presence here, I see you. For those who have chosen to subscribe, to give a super thanks, or to become a member, please know your kindness means more than I can say. This space exists because of you. May your life continue to grow like the bamboo, rooted, resilient, and open to the light. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. And wherever your path leads, may it be steady, kind, and full of quiet strength.